want to remind everybody watching to subscribe or resubscribe, and also to follow me on YouTube. Not in a good mood today. Depression kicking my ass. So I might be a little more quiet than usual. But if anybody jumps into the chat room, I will be happy to talk with them. Maybe if I take my potassium and my magnesium. What I should have done is drank some mushroom coffee, because it helps with your mood, supposedly. Fucking nose. There's Mr. Frank. What's up, Frank? What's good, Brocephus? Nothing today. I'm depressed. Had a shitty night. Shitty day so far today. Shit's in motion I can't control. And I'm just depressed. And I don't see a way out of any of this. It's not like I'm going to do anything. There's nothing to do. There's nothing I can do except follow the script. Follow the script and be miserable. Use your cat's ass shirt for positivity. You would think it would work, right? You think I would pick this shirt and I would automatically be in a better mood. Hasn't been the case yet, which is odd. So things will be changing, not for the better soon for me, which sucks. At least it does. It is potential. It says absolutely nothing on the bottom, so I don't know. I'm hoping that this distracts me enough. I get in a better mood and I can at least finish a damn chapter. At least finish a damn page. I got back to writing after essentially taking the summer off. Good. What are you working on? What's the new latest and greatest from Mr. Frank? Getting back into the rhythm by writing some shorts. Nice. You're writing some short stories to get specific places to get paid? I had a short story accepted yesterday. I submitted it 6 days ago. It was to a horror anthology or horror magazine, and the theme was gardens. And I wrote a story. I was going to start a new short story today, but I just got back. I just got nothing in my head. I don't want to say I can get a release out before I start in on the next major project, namely the Pepper horror book I have in mind. Well, of course. You know the old adage, Frank, write what you know. I would hope there would be a character based on me who dies from eating a green or red pepper. The peppers that exploded. Great first line. Hi, I'm Pepperfoot. Started watching the 30 for 30 on New York skate culture. Pretty good so far. I had that one taped. Empire something or other, I think. I don't know. I have like 6 of the 30 for 30s taped. The problem is Xfinity, they pop some stuff up pops up as new, and then it automatically tapes for me. But then I'm like, yeah, I've seen this one. Like, it's not even an extended cut or anything. It's just annoying. I watch a lot of skate docs for someone who's never skated. Me too. I could barely stand up on a skateboard. But yeah, I love Dogtown and all those videos, and all the guys I used to hang out with in high school were all the skater punk kids. And they loved watching those videos, and we would just hang out and just watch those videos. And they'd all be like, all right, pause this. I'm going to go do a 972, whatever the hell it is. And then they would try for like, they would be out there for like an hour trying it. I'd be like, I just want to watch it. Some good music to some of these. Got into a kick later on where my brother was bringing home all the Jason Lee skateboard videos because of Kevin Smith and all that stuff. It's like if I just could have done an ollie, I'd be just like them. Yeah. I would go home, and I had like this shitty skateboard that I think me and Mark Dowd stole, and I spray painted it with just regular spray paint, black and white spray paint on it, and then I put the X and then the NYHC, New York Hardcore symbol, and then on the bottom I spray painted "not." That's how stupid cool I was. And then I could never do anything with it. Like, I could roll down a hill maybe 20 feet before I fell off. So I never got hurt on it, thank God. Never broke my arm like James Hetfield did. But it was not pretty. So I never ever skated around my friends. I never even brought my board with me because I knew they would make fun of it. They were buying all kinds of crazy pickups, whatever the hell you call the wheels and all the other. Oh my God. I made my parents buy me a crappy plastic deck board from Toys R Us. It began and ended there. Yeah, I didn't even buy one. I just stole it. Me and Mark Dowd used to walk around at night in Belford, just doing dumb things. Like, we were walking by a house and there was a skateboard, like, in the middle of the lawn, and all the lights were out. We did like 2-3 passes, and then one of us, I don't remember which one, just ran up on the lawn, grabbed it, and then we just took off and ran, like, 8 miles away, as if the cops were after us. Or we took a, they had one of the construction horses, but with the orange light on it. And so we took that, and we walked across the field for the elementary school, and we stopped them, and we were trying to pry the light off. And then I guess there were kids hanging out there, like they always did, in the back of the school drinking, and then they started yelling, and then a couple of them started walking towards us, so we just left it. And then we jumped into Jim Marino's yard and hid. And then the guys took the construction horse, and then they brought it back over with them. And then all you saw was the blinking light in the doorway of the school. All those really bad things we did. Those were the days. Those were the days when you had no real worries or problems, but you thought you did. You thought every little thing was just crazy and the world was ending kind of crap. Seems like kids don't know how to get up to those kinds of shenanigans anymore. Oh, they do, but they just do them in like Call of Duty and stuff. They're not actually leaving the house to do that. Nobody is out there actually skateboarding. They're all playing Tony Hawk 7 or whatever. Dirty. I gotta clean this. With the windows open, I get shit blown in, so I get stuff sometimes on my monitors. Now they do channel raids and play Fortnite on God mode. Yeah. Whatever that means, yeah. Anytime I'm playing Minecraft on peaceful mode. I believe I probably have about 150 villagers now. I've spread it a lot. So I've spread it enough where they say after you get where the bell is in the center of town, every village has a bell. Once you get 1,000 squares from the bell, then crops stop growing for that town. So then I cut a path to the next village I could find. And then I counted, I literally just yesterday just counted squares. And I'm about 150 or 175 squares short between the two villages. But you can't make those bells. You have to find them. You have to take them from a village. So what I'm going to do is go to a different village that's far away, steal their bell, and then I'm going to set up their bell between the two villages, and then start building around there. Your town might officially be a hamlet now. It could, you know what it could be? It could be. So the goal would be to eventually connect the two towns together. Would build houses between. So every 9 or 10 blocks I'm building another house and marching it along 2-3 rows of it. Tons of carrots and potatoes though. And wheat. You can name it Kirk Hamlet. Great name. What are your thoughts on Dave Mustaine, Megadeth, their supposed last album, having a cover of Ride the Lightning on it? Any thoughts on that? My thoughts lie in the word supposed. I feel like there's going to be a big thing about, here's our last album, we're done. And then you're going to find out like 18 months later, oh, Dave Mustaine, he's just writing some songs. He's got some riffs he's been playing with, but he's not going to do anything with it. And then they're going to say, well, he didn't say he was never going to tour again. So he's touring, but he's playing a couple of these new songs. And then somewhere down the line, we're going to have yet another Megadeth album, is my thing. It would be interesting to hear his version of Ride the Lightning, though. Remember when he got all pissed? He was like, screw you guys, I'm going home. Gave the band to Ellison and then changed his mind and sued the guy to get back. Yeah. Remember when he was like, oh, I have arthritis or whatever in my hands. I can't play guitar ever again anymore. Megadeth is over. Oh, yeah, my hand's better. Oh, yeah, I found out once I started really ranting about politics and stuff, my hand got better. So I'm back. I realized once I was like, you know what? I don't have to try to sing anymore. I can just do my creepy voice on every song, and then be like, okay, you know what? Then I'm good. Hey, me talking to me. What's up, me? Is it going to be like Mechanics, same tune, different lyrics? No, I think it's the same song. I think he had a hand in writing lyrics and music. I figured it would just be something off of the first album. I guess it'd be better if it was different lyrics. I don't know. I wonder how the arrangement will be. So many questions. He should cover Anesthesia but on guitar. You know what? That would be a great move. All that and then he just re-records Mechanics. But half the lyrics are Four Horsemen, the other half are Mechanics. So the song makes absolutely no sense. I got into Metallica on the. Actually, I'm going to tell you, I got into them with the Hit the Lights on the Metal Massacre 1 compilation. I thought it was a really good song. Then I didn't think about them at all. And then when Ride the Lightning came out, then I got into them. And then I went and I bought the first album. And then the Megadeth album was also out at that point. And I liked it, but it's like Anesthesia. You played it one time because I had the album. I'm like, okay, hey, that was all right. But then it was just like, yeah, I'm not going to listen to that ever again. I'm not really big into the, really not a big, bass solo, guitar solo, drum solo stuff. Mechanics did nothing for me. Yeah, it was, I'm going to be honest with you, when I got the Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good, I was not impressed with that album at all. I'm like, production is awful. I can't understand what the hell he's saying. I did not like the sound of the guitar. I didn't really like anything about it. And it was one of those which kind of grew on me. But then Peace Sells is just like such leaps and bounds. But I was also, when I bought Slayer's Show No Mercy, I was like, this sound is awful. The same with Anthrax Fistful of Metal. All of those, Kill 'Em All. All of those debut albums, the producers were just god awful on those. And I was like, I'm surprised we had second albums. And, the second album's leaps and bounds better. I was also tape trading then, so I was getting a lot of those demos, and I'm like, the demos sounded better. The live shows where, this is the first, Megadeth with Kerry King playing guitar for them, crap like that. This is the first show with Kirk Hammett. This is Exodus with Kirk Hammett. I'll just listen to Exodus, where they do the Creeping Death part, Die by My Hand, Creep Across the Land. The original song that Exodus did like that. I honestly didn't even start getting into them until Countdown to Extinction. Peace Sells was a great album. Peace Sells, I was firmly in the Megadeth camp at that point. Anthrax, it was the EP, Armed and Dangerous EP. First recordings of Joey Belladonna. Loved it. Loved, 5 songs on that. Was not a huge fan of the Fistful of Metal album. Anthrax is a weird one, though. I mean, I got my loyalty to the band. But lyrically, I just don't think they're really that good. It's like Motley Crue. Lyrically, they're just bad. Not saying anybody's really exceptional lyrics. I love Peace Sells, but never bought until years later. That to me that's like a top 20 album. That is a perfect album. I like every song on it. There aren't many albums like that. But that to me is one of them. But then after that, like the next couple albums, I was like, all right, so far so good, so what? After that, I really just fell. You know what it was? It was like those songs that seemed like they were 37 minutes long, with 75 changes in the song and all kinds of shit. Then he started getting his political crap, and I'm like, nah, just. But I guess all of those bands by like 1990, by the what's the Anthrax album? The Anthrax album with what can I think of this? The cover with the crowd and the old man with the hat. I always would turn up by how itchy he could be in interviews. Yeah. Among the Living. Once we got to Among the Living by Anthrax, I was kind of like, yeah, there's a song or two here or there I like on this, but I'm not really a huge fan of this. That was also at the point where all those bands were doing the jangly bass parts, you know. So at that point, whatever year that was, 1988, 89, 90, whatever year that was, it was all of those bands were putting out albums, and I was like, yeah, I like a couple of these Slayer songs. I like a couple of these Megadeth songs. I like a couple of these Anthrax songs. You know, by that point, Metallica, you know, the Black Album, I was like, this is not the band that I remember. I got on the Anthrax train at I'm the Man EP. I was late to a lot of parts. Yeah, you were late on that one too. That was the I'm the Man one with the Buddy Love Bomb song on that one. Then they did like remixes of I'm the Man. I'm like, just calm down, boys. Milk, yeah, they did a cover of Milk, which I'm sure incensed Billy Milano that they're doing a couple of covers of his songs on there. I'm sure he didn't get paid for them. No, Milk was Attack of the Killer Bees. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Attack of the Killer Bees, yeah. Some of their covers are pretty, like, I think they're, Got the Time, the Joe Jackson song. I love their cover of that. I love their cover of, what's the Trust song they did? Antisocial. I love that. Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, it was alright. I could not stand I'm 18 from the first album, but I'm not an Alice Cooper fan to begin with. When I was out doing my errands yesterday, somebody of the Jim Florentine show, he played I'm 18. 20 different I'm the Man remixes and something else. Now I gotta look. Yeah. Milk Ode to Billy, who we screwed over. Bring the Noise. Keep It in the Family live, which I hate when you put live songs on an EP. Starting Up a Posse, that was the other. Protest and Survive, that was pretty good cover. Then Chromatic Death, I don't know why you covered that. I'm the Man 91. Parasite, yeah, the cover was alright. Pipeline, that was a good cover, musically. Sex from Trust, that was a Trust song. Belly of the Beast live. And then the Nice Fucking Ballad, where they made fun of everybody. Other cover of Cheap Trick's Big Eyes. I don't even remember them doing that, to be honest with you. That must have been later, because at that point I was just like, not really following along. No, I know it's not on Killer Bees because I remember Attack of the Killer Bees. Among the Living was 87. But then by then, State of Euphoria, Persistence of Time. State of Euphoria, what were the songs on this? Antisocial, another Trust cover. That's a good song. I don't remember. Looking at the titles, I don't remember any of these songs. Yeah, the cover of Antisocial was good. Now, Persistence of Time. Keep It in the Family was boring. Belly of the Beast, that song was boring. Got the Time, the Joe Jackson cover. Loved it. So you're not really big on those two albums. Then they went to Sound of White Noise. Pottersfield, no. Only. That's a good song. And Room for One More. Those are two really good songs. Black Lodge was drawn out and boring. Well, they did a cover of Off Wiedersehen from Cheap Trick on the bonus track remix. They did the Cowboy Song by Thin Lizzy and London by the Smiths. And then a strings mix of Black Lodge. And then they did Looking Down the Barrel of a Gun, a Beastie Boys cover. The bonus Japanese CD. Son of White Noise is the only good John Bush album, but it's a phenomenal album. I really didn't get into much of it. So then it's Stomp 442. Their album covers are really not good either. I don't know any of these songs. They did do Dethroned Emperor by Celtic Frost as a bonus track, though. And Celebrated Summer by Husker Du. And Watching You Kiss, Gene Simmons, Kiss cover. Then Volume 8. Freddy's Real. Yeah, I don't know any of these songs. They apparently did a Radiohead cover, The Bends. And they did Snap, I'd Rather Be Sleeping by the Dirty Rotten Imbeciles. I remember them doing that, and I was not impressed with that. It was very hard to do that, so. There you go. That's all I'm going to get into that. Stomp sucked. I got it from Columbia House for 1/12 of a penny and still ripped off. You sued Columbia House, and then they had to shut down because that album was just so bad. Yeah, that was not. Again, I remember after they lost their record deal, They were supposed to sign to Energy Records. I think I told you that story. But then they ended up signing that 40 bajillion dollar one that they, I don't know. It's like every Billy Milano interview, everything you read is like Charlie Benante is just like, I don't want to be in this band. I haven't want to be in this band in like 10 years. But there's nothing better coming along. You know, oh, Pantera, I'm gonna do Pantera instead. Just funny. Jim Florentine played the Black Label Society version of No More Tears, and I'm like, I had never heard it before, and I'm like, this is just awful. Like, you've taken away all of the cool groove parts of this song, and you've just made it a really boring, sludgy, doom song that you gotta like be smoking weed to enjoy. It was not good at all. I've never heard a Black Label Society song that I liked, though. Mailman's here. More junk mail. I always look now. Yeah, if it's just a bunch of garbage, like flat stuff, then he drives away, and then I'm like, alright. Oh, good. Motherfucker. Oh, we don't have AT&T. The AT&T guy pulled up to check the little box on the ground across the street. You better not fuck up my cable. Or my internet or some shit. I like Stillborn. I don't know what that is. Man, obviously it's one of their songs. But that's probably it. No unboxing packages. No. I did an unboxing, I think, yesterday. Or the day before. But I haven't gotten any freebies coming in. And I haven't bought anything in a long time. Try not to spend any money because I'm not making any money. Part of the depression. I'm costing this family more than I'm bringing in at this point, which is not good. Looks like, Frank, I might be getting a job. Might be getting a part-time job. Got something kind of lined up already. And I am not happy about it at all. About having to leave the house. Feels like no one is buying books. No, my sales have not done great. My advertising has just pissed money away. That is enough to be depressed about. Yeah. So that's pretty much my 13-year run of doing this full time is probably coming to an end. And what sucks is, in the next couple weeks, I will have an interview for this job. And I already know that more than likely they'll want me to work on Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. I don't care about New Year's or New Year's Day. But Thanksgiving, if I got to work in the daytime, that's gonna just fucking suck. And not being able to go Christmas Eve to my mom's, I mean, it all just really just sucks. Hopefully this will be short term, but yeah, short term as in what? As in I'm gonna magically make some money here, because that's the only way this turns around. I'm trying stuff, you know. I've been trying. I've been running ads. Nope. I've been writing books. Nope. Writing a post-apocalyptic romance with somebody. We're halfway done with it. Got a bunch of books coming out next year. Nope. Reminds me I got to send a message to somebody. Not a great time of year. I said to show you that. I cannot go back into retail. Are the thriller romance crowd seeing a big... Yeah, everybody is. Everybody I see complaining. Everybody's just complaining about it. Which I get, you know. Is what it is. This is the economy is just total shit. Everything is just total shit. People are too busy fighting online to actually pick up a book. And these gigs like editing and ghostwriting, but exactly. And most stuff now, like I go on like the Indeed, the job websites, and it's all of the jobs that used to be out there are all dried up because of AI. So we don't need customer service people. There's no jobs that you work from home because they're all just AI things. Ghostwriting, that website, there's nothing on it that I used to use, me and Jay Wilburn used to use. There's hardly anything on it anymore because people are just like, I'm just gonna throw my ideas into Chat GPT and say, write me 100,000 words. And Chat GPT is writing them 100,000 words. It's insane. People are just like, oh, I don't need to spend hundreds, thousands of dollars on editors. I'm just going to throw it through this AI thing, and they're just going to tell me what's wrong with it. I've seen so much in groups on Facebook of people pushing about, hey, AI isn't all that bad. We'll get used to it. This is the future, blah, blah, blah. And non-writer people can't spot it as easily, so it goes more and more unchecked. Yeah. Everybody's bitching about AI covers on and on, but you see a billion of them. And no readers are going, well, I won't buy that because they're using AI. They don't know. Most of those people aren't checking the box saying that they used AI for anything. All just ridiculous. Wonder if those crazy Bigfoot erotica type things still do well for no logical reason. Maybe there's opportunity in a Gromny porn. I'll create my own subgenre. A Gromny porn. Yeah, the problem is all the many irons I have in the fire, as the young kids say, are not doing what they need to be doing. You know, Patreon's paying me like, I don't know, $45 a month at this point. You know, I used to have $300-400 coming from there, $350, and then everybody just started dropping off. Grummy's loaded, it's loaded. That would be a lot. You know, Twitch at this point, $50 every 2 months. You know, I'm getting royalties from companies that are like, here's 37 cents. Once it gets to $20, we'll pay you in 7 months. I got a bunch of those on royalty share things. Severed Press is not giving me great money anymore. Even with a new book out with them, it's still just not making the money it was. And I still got to write another fucking book for them. So, yeah, I'm just bitching. I'm just bitching because this ain't working. Yeah, I get a story accepted yesterday. It's $25. Well, it's $25 more than I had the day before, right? Except if I write, I don't know, 20 stories a week that get accepted, I can make $500 maybe? I don't know. What I need to do is sell all of this bullshit around me. Store going out of business sale. Oh wait, no, that's something else. Need some Jeep fixtures? Exactly. I wonder who gave them the cheap fixtures to begin with, so they could sell them. If they can't do it, what do the rest of us have, you know? What chance do we have? None chance. Shouldn't actually have to buy them so they can let them go for next. Exactly. Like, you know, everything else in the store. Thanks for all this free product. The store, yeah. Bentley Little's the store. I don't know. Yeah, BL. I made 90 baht yesterday. Ate the other half of it today for lunch. I'm not even hungry. I just know I need to not go into the kitchen because I'm just going to start eating everything in there. Which would not be good. I think once we're done here, yeah, eat the cat. Exactly. Once we're done here, I'm going to go lie down and I'm going to read more of the Jordan Harper book. I'm about halfway through it. Hopefully that will distract me enough because it's a great book so far. Very, very heavy. I'm gonna go for a job. No, I'm not that depressed. I'm just gonna eat myself until my heart explodes. Or read. Reading is reading is fundamental. So I'm gonna do some reading. Hopefully take a nap. Get up before my wife gets home. Act like I've been working all day. I don't know. I'm supposed to finish this chapter, but it takes Tom a week to get a chapter in. So, not like a rush, not like he's going to write the next chapter immediately. Just being negative. It's not Positive Friday. Maybe by Friday, I'll be positive. Or it just won't even come on. Who knows? Maybe I just need to listen to some Bang Tango or something, you know? Maybe that's the secret. Although I doubt it. I just got a book from the library that I've been eyes up for a year or so, but it's from '99, and it's one of those books where they want more money for the ebook than the hardcover, and the hardcover and our paper gets still priced as if it's a brand new release. Yeah, that sucks. What book is that? By the way, I took out that, what is it, Megan Abbott? That cheerleader book from the library that we were all supposed to read together. I had to wait 2 weeks for the whole because it had to get transferred from Perth Amboy. The hell they have a library for? Called Little Green Man by Christopher Buckley. I heard George Knapp recommend it a while back and it sounded good. Never heard of it. Hopefully it's good. I want to finish this arc so I can do a video of it. Hopefully people will watch it. I'm thinking about doing some videos on instead of doing the walk and talk 5-minute things, doing longer videos of me sitting here just talking about, without going too deep into the woods, like the state of writing today, what I've seen 30 years, that kind of crap. I don't know if anybody would be interested in those, though. That's the problem. So I kind of go back and forth on that. It's more of a political comedy than an alien story like you are expected to think. That's what I would think. So I don't know if I'm going to do videos like that. I don't know if I start them and then I got to go get a job and all this stuff. Well, you know, depending on when I work, I might not be able to do Twitch during the day anymore, which would totally suck. That would really suck. So by getting a job and having steady money coming in, all of this bullshit money that I could or could not be making is gone. Because I won't be building up the YouTube, I won't be building up Twitch, I won't be writing as much or releasing as much, so just on and on and on and on. All right, I think I'm going to wrap this up in about a minute. I can see the bottom of the page, but I'm not going to get there. Because I just don't feel like it. But I wrote about 900 words out of a possible 1,300, so I'm close. Now it's time you need to figure out how to make money at stocks in a depressed market. Yeah. So I put like $10,000 into Catcoin, which turned that into $182.47. So I think I went the wrong way on that one. I try to be positive about stuff. I really try, but then I'm like, this shit ain't working. And it's the stress and the pressure for my wife to pay all the bills, to take care of everything, and then I'm offering nothing. I went all in on New Coke. You're rich then. You're super rich at this point. And even to just turn around and sell all of my shit, that's still just a lot. I've certainly been there, and it feels awful. Yeah, it's just the stress. The stress I'm getting from her, okay, and it's not like she's being an ass about it. It is what it is. I'm not making money. I'm not making enough to justify our expenses at this point. She would be better off without me at this point. But it's the stress of knowing that she's constantly crunching numbers and stuff so we could live. And then me not adding anything to it is also stress. And then thinking I'm a pretty decent writer here, I just can't catch a fucking break. So yeah, there's a lot of things that go into this. And I see the writing on the wall as far as as far as book sales, not just for me, but just an industry-wide thing. And I think as much as we want to, AI is going to eventually cannibalize itself and go away, blah blah blah. Well, it's killing us. All of this is killing us, and all these new people that don't give a fuck are coming in and they're making some quick money on this garbage. Or even if they're not making any money, they're killing the rest of us from making money. So it's like I'm constantly looking around going, look at all these Funko Pops I could sell. Maybe I should just sell a couple of them, Just get rid of shit. Do I need any of this garbage? No. I don't know. I probably will not be on tomorrow. Not that anybody fucking jumps in on YouTube Live anyway. If I am, I am. There's still Value Pops. Some of them, most of them, no. That's the problem. They're Beanie Babies now, which you knew was going to happen. So, some stuff is still money, but not many of them. They're still collectors, though. But I just know, in another year, none of them will be worth shit. So I gotta pick and choose on some of these and just get rid of them. Just eBay the shit out of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Alright. Never got a notification that you went on YouTube yesterday. Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, literally nobody came on yesterday. I've had 7 people popping in and out, and I had 5 people or something that watched me today. But nobody, yeah, I don't. Again. I saw the new video when I was browsing YouTube after work. Yeah, I don't get it. Don't get it at all. Alright, Frank, thanks for hanging out, listening to me bitching. Venting a bit. I will see you on Friday. Probably not a positive Friday, I'm going to be honest with you. You have a good one.